Welcome back to my weekly rants where we talk about what's hot, what's not, and everything in between. It's your girl Dominica. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Definitely leave me some comments. This is a question that I'm asked pretty much on a daily basis, and that is there government contracts for notaries? You guys have blown my DMs up about this topic, and I know you all are asking me because some of you all saw me giving a testimonial on Caravana D's channel about how I landed a government contract in 5 weeks in the notary space. And it is true, I did land a contract. It took me, I was 5 weeks into her program. I followed all the steps, which is a really nice blueprint that she has laid out. She is a contract strategist. She's a beast in the game. So you guys know I love a good blueprint. I will follow a good blueprint that's laid out correctly from someone in their industry who has a proven track record, and she has a proven track record in the contract space. So I invested in her program, and 5 weeks in, I landed a contract with the government agency. It was about a $10,000 contract. So of course, every notary in the universe is hitting me up, like asking me the question. Okay, so let me just stop right there. I find it funny that all the notaries that are contacting me, they're asking me the question, are there contracts for notaries? Because my testimonial already told you that there is, right? I landed one in 5 weeks. So it's basically like almost like people don't believe it or they don't really understand. And the more that I talk to people, I'm learning that I think that that's coming from people are going on the line and Googling government contracts for notaries and nothing comes up. And so they're thinking like, this must not be true. Like, where are the contracts? Well, part of the investment into her program is learning how to find the contracts. If I would not have invested in her program, I would not have known where to look for a contract, you know? So those of you who are out there maybe looking for them on your own and you don't see them, and that's why you're questioning, is there really government contracts for notaries? There are, but you have to know where to look. You have to know how to position yourself. You need to know how to, you know, get certifications, how to register as a vendor with these government agencies. There's a lot to do and a lot to know. That takes me to my next point. A lot of you who are asking me this question and are curious about getting into contracts in the notary space, a lot of you are looking and seeking for something to bring in additional income. And government contracts can be very lucrative. There's multi-billion dollar contracts. Yes, but it is a marathon. It's not something that you're going to get into quickly and something happen really quickly. The situation with myself, how I landed that contract within 5 weeks, it really was luck and opportunity, to be honest with you. That's not really how, it doesn't really happen that easy all the time, especially in the notary space. I want to be really transparent with that. Are there notary contracts? Yes. Are there a ton of them? No. Okay. So you have to, in my opinion, use a lot of strategy and learn how to position yourself to offer other products and services to the government as well. I personally don't just offer notary services to the government. My business has different branches, and so I'm able to offer other products and services. Like, I'm listed to offer office supplies. A lot of notary contracts that come up, a lot of state or government agencies are looking for someone to provide notary stamps or notary journals. You know, they may need to order a large quantity of them. And you all know, or may not know, I have dsignstshirtshop.com. Make sure you guys shop with me. And I have entrepreneur and notary merchandise, right? And so because of that, I have already a relationship with someone who produces my t-shirts. I have a reseller's license, right? So I'm listed with the government also to provide those services. I've been on contracts for to produce t-shirts for government agencies who may need t-shirts or uniforms or hats, whatever the case may be. Whatever product or service that you can think about offering, the government needs to buy it. Okay, there are like the prison industry, the prisons out there, they need toilet paper, they need snacks, they need all that stuff. They're purchasing via a contract. So I always tell everybody who comes to me and ask me, is there notary contracts? I mean, the short answer is yes, but you have to get a little bit more creative than that. I would hate for anybody, excuse me, especially anybody that's looking to invest money into a program to think that, oh, let me sign up for this program real quick and I'm just gonna get me a notary contract and get out here and sign for these government agencies. It's not really how it works, and a lot of the government agencies are not necessarily looking for notaries for signing purposes. A lot of them I'm seeing, and I've even been on some, are looking for notary supplies. That's not to say that there aren't contracts for signing, because I did land one. The one that I landed was for a specific project for a government agency that needed actually some loan modifications notarized. So it just, like I said, it was like God just said, here. You know what I mean? You know, but those are few, far, and in between, I should say, in here in California. Now, I will say, for you all that are in states that are RON approved, we don't have RON here in California, but I've seen quite a few RON contracts out there. You know, I'll give you guys some free game. Texas is one of them that I've seen several contracts, government contracts out there for notaries in the RON space. So they're there. I did make a substantial investment in Quantity's program to learn where they are and how to look for them. I'm gonna leave that up to you all if that's something that you're ready for. Here's my honest suggestion. Make sure that your business is on solid ground first. Make sure that your business is already established. I know some of us don't even have a business entity established yet. Government contracts is not something that you want to go into as a sole proprietor. You want to have your business foundation solid, your LLC, your corporation, whatever that may be, and you want to have income solidified, right? Because again, I don't think this is a space that you should get in when your business isn't making any money. And that's just my opinion, because a lot of the things that I've needed to push forward in the contract space and to be able to bid on contracts that are rather large required me to have finances behind me and or business credit extended to me, right? So I'm going to give you an example. I bid on a contract for a government agency that needed t-shirts, right, for their employees. It was like a uniform t-shirt. They needed like 2,500 of them, right? So DSignsTshirtShop.com, I might ship out 10 shirts. You know, I've order for 2,500. I'm gonna need to use a line of credit, right? And I'm gonna have to have an established relationship with a business in order to get that business credit, okay? Thankfully, I do. Thankfully, that foundation is already built. And if I need to place an order for 2,500 t-shirts, I just call my supplier and tell them what I need, and they'll be able to extend that credit to me, right? And I'll be able to deliver those shirts to that government agency, and they pay very similarly to like we get paid in the loan signing space, net 30s. Right? So you're not getting paid right away. You have to produce the product or the service and then invoice them and then get paid 30 days later. Okay, so my suggestion is to be on solid ground and have, I think, a strong financial base. That's why I went ahead and made the investment in the program last year, because last year I made a lot of money in the notary space. I'm just being totally transparent. Last year I made the most money I've ever made in my entire life, and I'm 43 years old. Okay, and so that allowed me to have a lot of extra money to say, okay, what am I going to do with this money? I don't want to just lying around. Where am I going to reinvest it in my business? And I reinvested a lot of money in my business last year, and part of that was investing into contracts, and it's been amazing. For me, I want you all to understand that the contracting space, I already said this, but I'm saying it again, it's a marathon, it's a long haul. It's something that you can be in and do forever and ever and ever. So you have to have that type of mentality. I don't suggest anybody going into it with a let me do something real quick mentality. That's not this. You need to be patient. You need to be able to read. A lot of us don't want to read. These contracts are lengthy and they need to be read in full detail. You need to understand the scope of the work that's being asked and required, because if you are not able to produce what let's say you win a contract and you're not able to produce what you said you were going to be able to produce, that can go into a whole nightmare. So you really need to be ready. You really need to be ready, and a solid business foundation, I think some pretty strong finances behind you, is a great start. and you also have to think outside the box. Those of you, my notaries that are watching this and are just thinking notary contract, notary, think outside the box. Okay, I'm gonna give you some examples. I'm gonna give y'all some free game. Notary loan signing agents, a lot of us have relationships with other real estate professionals, right? Loan officers, real estate agents, escrow officers. Let me tell you what I see every day, multiple times a day when it comes to contracts. I see these government agencies every day posting a need for title insurance, for escrow, title reports, okay, for real estate that they need to purchase, okay. Ding, 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 ding. So of course, what have I done? I search those opportunities. I read them in great detail. I bring them to the real estate agents, the loan officers, the escrow officers that I have relationships with, and say, hey, check out this contract. Let's see if we can go after this contract together. Okay. I've also went after several contracts, did not get them, but I'm gonna keep going. I've went after several contracts for title search reports. A lot of these government agencies, almost all of them, need title search reports, and those are just reports that that are coming back to see what's on the title, specifically on a parcel that usually they're thinking about purchasing. Okay, so what I did is I went to my title companies that I frequently sign for, and got the department that handles their title searches, found out how much their title searches were, and then added on, you know, a little cushion for me, which will be my profit. Then I went back to the agency and said, this is my bid. I'm gonna charge you guys $600 per title search. My title company is charging me $400. I have a $200 profit. What I learned from that, though, I didn't win the contract because simply because they went with the lowest bidder on that, right? And so my competition was another title company, so of course they were able to come in at a lower rate because they didn't have that, there was no middleman for them, right? So that was a cool learning experience for me, and now I'm kind of learning how to position myself a little differently on those so that I could win them. Okay, so gave you guys a lot of game there, but you got to think outside the box. You have to be able, I think, to offer more than one product or service. A lot of you notaries are coming to me and just thinking notary contract, notary contract, notary contract. They are there, but I highly suggest you be able to offer more products and services than just, I'm a notary, let me notarize something. Because the other thing that I want you to understand is these are government agencies, so they're operating on a large scale. Okay, the example I gave you, let's say for the agency I bid on a contract, they needed notary journals. They needed like 1,000 of them. You understand what I'm saying? Or 500 of them. So it's not anything. A lot of times it's on a small scale. These are on big scales, right? And so it's not just we're going to do one signing here or there. When I did the loan modifications for this one particular agency, it was in high volume, and thankfully I had my signing service that was able to accommodate that. So yeah, so there you are, you guys. I don't want to continue to ramble on. Are there government contracts for notaries? Yes. Those of you who are reaching out to me and asking me that, I think that question was really already answered when you watch the testimonial, because I'm telling you I got a contract. I'm not lying, you know. Are there others out there? Yes. Do you need to be able to offer other products and services besides notary public? Yes. Do you need to be strategic? Yes. Do you need to partner with other businesses and other professionals and come together and go after contracts? Yes. That's my opinion. Do you need to have a solid foundation already built and some income behind you, some solid income behind you? Yes. Those are my opinions. Okay, so I hope that clears up a lot, because you guys been blowing my DMs up. Okay, if you have any questions, let's talk about it. Drop down in the comments. I get you guys so much in my DMs asking me about this, so I welcome any feedback in the comments. Make sure you definitely share this video, because everybody wants to know about it. So share, like, subscribe, leave me some comments, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video. All right, peace out.